Hi, I'm Leah Martin from Leah Martin Law. Did you just get sued? Did you get served with a complaint? Well, this video is for you. If you've recently been served with a lawsuit, you might say summons or complaint on it. It is important that you take immediate action. When you receive service of a lawsuit, you have a very limited amount of time to respond. Usually that's 20 to 30 days, depending on where you're located. And if you don't take prompt action, there can be dire consequences. So it's very important that you look at the lawsuit, see where the court is located, and contact an attorney in the appropriate jurisdiction immediately. If you wait until the last minute, like we have a 21-day deadline and we're on day 20, you're gonna have a really hard time finding an attorney who's able to help you get something filed by your deadline. So immediate action is required. Now, most times service cannot happen by mail. It needs to be done by a process server. So if you got served by mail or email, that's something that you can address with the attorney to see if that was proper service or if action needs to be taken to ensure that proper service occurs, possibly pushing your deadline out. But it's really important to know that individuals theoretically can represent themselves in court, but it's never a good idea. Having legal representation is definitely your best option. Even attorneys will typically have outside counsel if they're involved in a lawsuit, because generally no attorney or person is their own best attorney. If you're a business entity, almost every jurisdiction requires that you have legal counsel. You cannot represent a business because as a non-attorney, you would be able to represent yourself but not another. And your business is considered separate from yourself, requiring that you have legal counsel. So you've been served, you contacted an attorney, what's going to happen next? It really depends on the circumstance. You may file an answer, you may file a motion to dismiss, there may be the opportunity to settle. And settlement is always something we really encourage, if possible, to resolve a dispute as quickly and cost effectively as possible. So what happens if you don't respond? If you just ignore that paper, stick it in a pile somewhere, or shred it, or throw it on the ground when it's served on you, it doesn't go away. You still have that obligation to respond, and your failure to respond is basically deemed an admission that the other side is right. The court will enter a default against you, and then likely a default judgment. And once that default judgment is entered, your defense essentially goes away. They can come and collect against your garnishable assets, and there's not much you can do because your opportunity to respond came and went. If you have questions on what to do when you receive a lawsuit, definitely reach out to our office. Our contact information is on our website, which is included below.